How much are you willing to pay to get your hands on a collector box of Lord of the Rings? To get that chance for a Willy Wonka's golden ticket? Because price hikes, they're on the way. How much would you be willing to pay for your chance at a Lord of the Rings sealed collector box? $150 a box seem right? $250 a box? $350 a box? We know it's already past $400 a box. How high are players willing to accept for a chance to crack the One Ring as well as serialized Rings of Power? Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today, because that is definitely a question I'm kind of considering to myself right now, because the prices are getting higher and higher. We've seen it the last few days as the release came out, but now we've seen higher price hikes. And it's not just coming from Wizards of the Coast. No. Wizards of the Coast did their due diligence. They sent the product out at the price level they thought the market would accept. This is coming from the distribution level as well as your local LGS. And there are numerous reasons for this. We already know that a lot of the smaller LGS stores, they sold out. They don't have any more, and they can't get any more. Some of these people had issues with cash flow. A lot of people, their normal regular customers, did not do pre-orders. But as the FOMO set in, everyone tried to get their hands on it, but the store may have only had a couple of boxes. And they sold out. That seems natural enough. And now the distributors want more to get it into the store. All right, that's a price hike right there. But what happens if you're a mid-level store and you had 70, 80 boxes? And they're all gone and sold over the weekend. Players went to your back and sat down and cracked entire cases as a team of friends sitting down having a good old Saturday afternoon. And then you call and you can't get any either. You look at the few boxes you have left. What are you going to do? Is just sell individual packs? You don't want to run out. Are you going to start jacking up the price? Yeah, you are. That's what's happening. Price hikes are coming. And this has a lot of implications going forward. Numerous stores called me, let me know. Not only are they sold out, the few boxes they have left, they jacked up the price because they didn't want to just run out on the opening weekend. So they jacked things up to the point where they thought people wouldn't buy. But what happens when you jack that price up and people still buy it? Take a look at this. I want to share a couple with you here. This is TCG Player. I took a random scroll page. Look at the prices here. Skimming around the $500 mark. Yeah, there's a 480s, some 490s. That's US prices, okay? Now, we pay more here in Canada. This is already pretty high, okay? Pretty high. But what happens when you take a look and you see a place like locally, this is 401 Games. They used to have it for $519 on pre-order. Now it's $649, and it's still selling at that price. That is very expensive. But how about, you guessed it, face-to-face, $649, and they're still selling at that price level too, because I have some friends who bought them from face-to-face. And then we've got places like Harry T and that, they're already sold out. Mid-level stores, gone. And the ones who've called, their distributors have been telling them, check back in a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks! Which would line up perfectly for Commander Masters. Oh! So now, look at the price hike they've been giving. At $649 Canadian, we're talking like $700 and change to get a box now. We're talking Commander Legends level. And those were underprinted in comparison because it was a brand new set. They weren't sure. They knew this was going to be popular, and it's still selling out. All because FOMO has gripped the population of Magic to a level we haven't seen. You would think with the 30th anniversary, the damage done would turn players off these kind of products, but no, it's not. People may say they're turned off. They may say, I'm not buying. I agree with you. I'm not buying this. But secretly, they went down and they bought some packs. I got caught up just like everybody else in the excitement of being able to open those packs. Can't deny the feeling I had cracking those bad boys. And that's what everyone right now is reliving in the world of Magic, a feeling that a lot of us haven't had in a very long time. And we're willing to pay the price to feel that way. But those implications are sitting on the sideline. Wizards of the Coast will be very carefully monitoring the situation to see the end result. Not who gets the one ring or who got the serialized ring, but the overall effect on the market and how many sell-throughs they had from distribution level all the way through. Because they sold it at a certain level. So they've already taken their cut, they've been paid, and it's sitting in the bank account at Hasbro. Okay, it's already gone. But when they looked at that and see how much the other stores are charging now, if I sold you 1,000 boxes at $350, all right, and then you're selling them for $550 and you sold them all, that means Hasbro left $150 on the table per box. That's what they're going to see. You can look forward to higher prices coming to a store near you. They are going to take this exact replica of a situation. They're going to analyze it, break it down, and say, okay, how do we make this work again? Because we threw all kinds of darts at the dartboard, and Aftermath didn't really pan out the way we wanted. The Phyrexians people make fun of because they're like little chew toys you throw out with your dog, and they're not very tough at all, and people laughed at the ending of the story. What are we going to do to... We throw all the darts. What? Hey, that one stuck. That one right there. What's that green one right there? Oh, that's Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Well, what went right with that? I talked about the distorted truth yesterday, in yesterday's video, about the perception of what Wizards will see. And now that I've seen the actual sales figures from even mid-level stores, it's ridiculously high. Telling your customer you're sold out builds FOMO even worse. I was at a store where the guys came in, they bought a couple of the cases, right? Like 6 boxes each. But there was a group of them. They were at the back opening. Some new people came in and said, oh, we'd like to buy a couple of boxes. And the owner said, oh, they're all gone. They bought them all. They go, well, you have more in the back. They go, no, I won't be getting any more. They're like, what do you mean? He goes, I'm sorry, you'll have to check things like TCG Player. And he named a few places off. You could probably try to buy them. Even local places. I said, no, they're sold out. Like I knew which places were sold out. And they didn't know what to do. So now they're going to try to hook up with their friends in the States to have them buy it and then ship it over. That's crazy. But that's what people are willing to go through to get these, even at the higher prices. Remember, everything here, I'm telling you, is a higher price. It is a price hike above what we thought they were going to charge. Because that's coming from the LGS and the distributors now, not from Wizards. They're all just getting their cheddar while they can. And there's nothing wrong with that because people are paying it. They're not even grumbling about it. They just paid it. Here's my credit card. Slap me down. You think in the world right now, with all the difficulties we're having, paying for our food, our groceries, gas, utilities, rent, but we find a way to buy more Magic cards, and high-priced Magic cards at that, even if it's just a pack. That one pack for that chance to have some fun. The Willy Wonka, man, you found that 10 quid in the snow, and you go in, you buy a Willy Wonka Scrumdiddlyumptious bar for your chance. And you're going to go share, what was that, Papa Joe, whoever that guy, the grandpa's name was, whoever it was, Papa Joe. And you share it with him and you get nothing. But you had a good time doing it and you still got the candy. You still get the candy at the end, and that's a pretty good deal. It feels like they just watched Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory and replicated it. It's crazy. All we need to have is Mr. Wonka come out and do a dance. Yeah, why not? Guys, I can't state this any other way. Because the price hikes are holding, because stores are sold out, we are in totally uncharted territory going forward. We have no idea, and don't think you know, of what's going to come next. What the next lineup will be. I mean, obviously we got Eldraine, Commander Masters. Yeah, we got some good stuff coming still. But 2024? Be ready for anything. Anything. Because I have all kinds of wild ideas and predictions. I'll put that in a video later. But this is just going to be wow. To see how far in the next couple of weeks people are willing to pay, or is the FOMO going to calm down? Are we going to bring it down to a level that, it recedes back like the ocean. It kind of pulls back a bit. We already know the prices are going to crash. There's no way this amount of product can be opened without a crash. Because there's not enough players to support the level of card opening we're seeing. But it doesn't matter. Because there's still great cards to play with anyway. So a lot of decks will eventually use those cards up, I think. I wonder how many printings we'll go through for draft and set, if any. I think the Commander decks are really going to keep selling. But I wonder about the draft and set going forward, if they'll get a lot of reprintings. Anyway, let me know how your store is handling these situations. I'd love to hear from anybody across the world. Let me know how it's going. Are they jacking up prices? Did they sell out? And how is it going where you are? How is it being accepted? or possibly rejected, although I haven't heard anyone rejecting it, but I'd be curious to know. You guys got to fill me in on this stuff. Put it down there in the comments section. Give these videos a thumbs up, and thanks again for watching and allowing me to have these conversations with you each and every day. To everyone who hits that subscribe button, helping my channel get closer to 20,000K, that is awesome, man. That 20K subs is going to be an epic party. I can't wait to share with people. So just want to thank everyone who's been hitting the subscribe button and, of course, the thumbs up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again. And yeah. Oh yeah, the big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons of the channel. Thanks again for being here. Without these patrons, guys, I don't know what to tell you. This content would cease to exist. That's just the way it is. Patrons are the supporters of the channel. Thanks again to each and every one of you. Patrons rock. You're here. Welcome to the end. I'm so glad you made it. So, this is a little bit odd, but I stepped into a store on my way home, and I thought maybe I'd check just for like a pack or two for the live stream, and they were sold out. And I said, well, what happened? They go, well, we had multiple cases, but some guys came in on the weekend and opened them all. They sat in the back, and each opened like 6. A 6-pack. It's like $3,000. That means they opened $12,000 worth of cards together at a table. That's when you know FOMO has hit a whole new level. Guys, definitely put a boomstick in the comments section because this world be crazy. Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.